Happy New Year to you and welcome to the first edition of the program Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria for the year 2026. Thank you for being a regular viewer of the program in the year 2025. In this new year, we promise to serve you even better. In our last episode, we brought you a review of the activities of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security in the first quarter of 2025. Tonight, we are reviewing the ministry's activities in the second quarter of 2025 as it worked towards ensuring food security and job creation for the nation. I am your host, Gabriel Ojile. Please sit back and watch.
All what we did here is mechanized.
It's back to land, back to agriculture.
I can supply the milk factories for milk.
That's the new norm for employment and for wealth creation. Get your piece of the action.
Before farming, we will spread the manure.
There to take on agribusiness.
They have been working in terms of making sure they give us new breeds.
Seize the opportunity you have been waiting for. Watch Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria.
Welcome back from the short break. Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria begins with news from the diary of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. In our lineup, President Tinubu restates commitment to modernize agriculture for food security and job creation. Stay tuned for details. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assured Nigerians of his administration's commitment to strengthen agriculture and other sectors to stimulate the nation's economy. The president gave the assurance during his New Year message. He stated that through agriculture, trade, food processing, and mining, local economies would be stimulated and grassroots opportunities will be expanded. The president added that this administration would also continue to invest in modernizing Nigeria's infrastructure such as roads, power, ports, railways, airports, pipelines, healthcare, education, and agriculture in order to strengthen food security and improve the quality of life. The president further stated that the new year marks the beginning of a more robust phase of economic growth with tangible improvements in the lives of the citizens as efforts will be geared towards accelerating the implementation of the Renewed Hope World Development Program, aiming to bring at least 10 million Nigerians into productive economy activity by empowering at least 1,000 people in each of the 8,809 wards across the country. The program is Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria. The second quarter of 2025 marked a new dawn in the nation's agricultural sector as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu launched 2,000 tractors and other farming equipment that would put the Nigeria's agricultural mechanization on a fast lane towards achieving food security and sovereignty. Aside this, there were other activities of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security that added further impetus to the quest to boost food production. In our next segment, Records of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, we shall review some of these activities. Please sit back and watch.
Sovereignty
On 23rd of June 2025, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu launched the Renewed Hope Mechanization Program. The launching took place at the National Agricultural Seed Council in Kwali Area Council of Abuja. These machineries were procured from the Republic of Belarus. The machineries include 2,000 tractors, bulldozers, planters, combine harvesters, and spare parts. Speaking during the launch, the president stated that the tractors and other equipment would make agriculture easier and attractive. He added that it would transform agriculture in Nigeria beyond self-sufficiency and make the nation an agricultural powerhouse.
We made a promise when we came in. We are fulfilling that promise. 2 years ago, I sounded the alarm on our nation's food security. The crisis, I demanded immediate and innovative solution. That urgent call is answered today in the first phase of it. This government recognizes that the agricultural productivity is synonymous with national stability.
These tractors, bulldozers, planters, combine harvesters, and other implements would be distributed to research institutes, smallholder farmers in cooperative societies, commercial farmers, among others. The stakeholders were urged to ensure that the machineries are used effectively to achieve the desired results.
We will work with you. We will supervise you at various locations, and we will hold you accountable.
Also speaking during the ceremony, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, gave the details of the number of tractors and other equipment and the impact it would have on Nigeria's agricultural landscape.
We are today unveiling the single largest mechanization drive ever undertaken in Nigeria. We have here before us 2,000 high-quality tractors with trailers, plows, harrows, sprayers, and planters. We also have 10 state-of-the-art 330 horsepower combine harvesters, 12 fully equipped mobile workshops, and over 9,000 complementary implements and 9,000 sets of spare parts. This program was designed by this administration to bring over 550,000 hectares of farmland under cultivation, generate more than 2 million metric tons of staple food, create over 16,000 jobs, and directly benefit more than 550,000 farming households across all 6 geopolitical zones.
Also during the period under review, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, met with newly appointed board chairmen of agencies under the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security and urged them to work hard towards enhancing Nigeria's agricultural sector, with special emphasis on the nation's seed system.
You bring to bear the required discipline and also the required know-how to make sure research works to the benefit of our country. We are heavily challenged today in terms of food security. We have had climate change, for instance, which is a natural phenomenon that is here to stay. We can't do much about it, but to adapt to it. And one way to adapt to it is to breed good variety of seeds, especially from some of the institutes that you are going to head. Some that will be drought resistant, heat resistant, high yielding, short gestation period seeds.
Also speaking, the Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, assured the board chairman of the ministry's guide and support to ensure that they operate effectively.
I want to assure you that with the combined effect of all of us, the agricultural sector's growth will definitely happen. And I want to assure you of our total support. We will provide all the necessary guidance. And I think part of it is what the minister just told you, that you need to be formally inaugurated, during which those institutions will be here. And after that, it is now their duty to now formally take you to their various agencies.
Still, during the period under review, the National Coordinator of Agro-Climate Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscape Project, ACRISL, Abdul Hamid Umar, was at the ministry to give an update on the program. He stated that the Ministry of Water and Sanitation, the Ministry of Environment, and the Ministry of Agriculture, as well as the Food and Agriculture Organization and IITA, play significant roles in the success of the program, and advised that the momentum should be maintained to ensure the complete implementation of the project.
Ultimately, the project seeks to contribute to the global national promissory note of arriving at 4 million recovery of degraded 4 million degraded landscape from the promissory notes of the federal government, wherein the project seeks to deliver about 1 million hectares of degraded landscape. And we have brought in international and proficient agriculturally based agencies like IITA to support the project, FAO to support the project, wherein 410,000 hectares is to be supported by essentially climate-smart agricultural techniques from IITA to provide the vegetation cover for areas that are degraded. FAO will, from the understanding and the drive of the project, FAO will deliver 350,000 hectares of degraded lands.
Responding, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Marcos Olani Ogumbiyi, applauded the AgriSol project, which is designed to reclaim 1 million hectares of degraded land in the 19 northern states and the FCT.
At our end here, we're going to provide all the necessary support, all the necessary encouragement, so that, because what we are doing is a joint joint venture, and we have the same goal to improve the livelihood of our people. And that is the essence of us being a government, to improve the livelihood of our people, and whatever we can do at your end, at our end, in every other end, let's put them together and let Nigeria feel the impact of the project.
Again, during the period under review, the International Center for Environmental Health, in partnership with the Rose of Sharon Foundation, the African Women's Development Fund, and in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, trained over 100 women farmers in Abuja and environs on climate-smart agriculture and empowered them with agricultural facilities. Speaking in an interview with journalists during the event, the Assistant Director and Head, Environment and Climate Change Management Services in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Iyabo Lawal Mustafa, explained that the training and empowerment of the women farmers would increase their productivity and enhance food security in Nigeria amidst of climate change.
The organic manure will be able to help them retain their soil. As they are planting, they will still continuously use that same land to plant, because the organic manure will help to boost the productivity of that soil.
Also speaking, the Abuja coordinator of Small-Scale Women Farmers Organization in Nigeria, Comfort Sunday, appreciated the organization for the training, which she described as impactful.
They have given us a sprayer, fertilizer, organic fertilizer, and hand planter with some seedling. All these things will help us, and they come at the right time, because we are expecting rain, and it is like this as it's supposed to be, so that we'll get everything before rain starts.
That's one of our mandates given to us.
In an effort to enhance nutrition in the country, the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security announced the release of zinc-fortified rice seed into the country's agricultural seed system. Announcing the release in a briefing, the Minister, Senator Abubakar Kyari, said the zinc rice was developed by Harvest Plus and Harvest Plus Solution and certified by the National Cereals Research Institute and the National Committee on Release of Crop Varieties, Livestock Breeds and Fishery.
Today, we are introducing zinc rice, offering affordable, accessible solutions to improve dietary zinc intake and strengthen food and nutrition security. Through a strategic collaboration between Harvest Plus Solutions, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, and the National Cereal Research Institute, NCRI, Nigeria has achieved a historic milestone with the release of Faro 71 and Faro 72, the first biofortified zinc-enriched rice varieties in both Nigeria and Africa.
Also speaking during the briefing, the Chairman, National Committee on Release of Crop Varieties, Livestock Breeds and Fishery, Professor Olusoji Olufajo, stated that the committee has been working to ensure that Nigerian farmers have improved seeds that are high-yielding, drought-resistant, and highly nutritious.
Ensure that they are varieties that target the problem that they are having and to mitigate this problem. So when we look at it, we look at the issue of droughts, and it is in particular where we look at it, and we want climate smart crops that will release the farmers in general. So we are targeting all these issues, and we are happy that our breeders are up to the task, and they are working and watching and coming out with better materials than what we have. And so we are interested in nutrition and also security of our people.
For your executives, there will be mandates.
During the period under review, there was a meeting between the Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, with leaders of cooperative societies in Nigeria, where the Minister of State disclosed that the revamping of cooperative societies in Nigeria under the Renewed Hope agenda of the present administration will involve a review of the Act to ensure that the cooperative sector is put in a position to contribute meaningfully to the economic prosperity of the country.
If we register you as a cooperative society, for your executives, there will be mandatory, compulsory, or mandatory training programs that you must run. Because that mandatory training program is what will make you to be able to run the cooperative society the way it's supposed to be. It's suicide for you to carry an expensive vehicle and give to a madman or a blind person or somebody who has never known how to drive. What do you ask him to go and do? To go and wreck the... Is that not? So while it is that, yes, members are the ones to be elected or whatever, but I think we need to find a way to now begin to say, if you want to be an executive of the cooperative societies, then you must also be interested in getting the capacity to do that. And it has to be made a compulsory thing. That's the only way we will stop bad people from getting into the cooperative leadership and doing the things that will kill the spirit of the many cooperators that they are representing. Now, that is at the level of the leadership. Then at the level of the management, we know cooperative societies are supposed to have staff that they employed, who are the managers, isn't it? Yes. This is where we want the real professionals. So when we professionalize, it will get to a level in which we must specify the kind of person who should run your cooperative society.
Still, during the period under review, the ministry received a team from the World Bank, which came to request for a technical team from the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security to join the bank in developing a new agricultural value chain program for Nigeria. Speaking during the meeting, the leader of the team, Hardwork Tihale, stated that the Agric Ministry is strategic in any agricultural project in Nigeria. Hence the need to have a team from the ministry to develop the project in line with government's priority in the agricultural sector.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture is the principal stakeholder for this project. And so we needed to start to have this meeting with you before we can step out to have other consultations with other stakeholders. But obviously, throughout the period when we are going to be doing this, we are going to be updating you through the team that you're going to give to us on how this is progressing. We are hoping that probably around August, September, we are going to go back to the managers of the World Bank to present to them some project appraisal document. That's what we call it in the bank, but basically it's what the project is going to look like what is going to be financed, what are the priorities that government wants to be financed during the preparation and implementation of this project. And then after that, as you very well know, we would have to negotiate the project so that we can prepare it to go to the board. The expected board date for this project is around 12th of December. So that's when we have the project appraisal document and the other documents, including the financing agreement, prepared and submitted to the board of the World Bank for approval.
In view of what it wants to do, based on what we need and based on the input of the stakeholders, the ministry and the farmers, Federal Ministry of Finance, and other stakeholders in-house on the Nigerian side. Yes, we've had one or two of such projects anyway. And so we are a bit familiar with the workings of the World Bank when it comes to issues like this. So I think what we need, I will ask my directors to speak, but I just think so we can move on fast. I think we understand this, but then can we have the update of what we have done so far, so that can lead to further input from our side.
If there's a platform where we can help work with
Wema Bank PLC, also during the period under review, sought to partner with the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security to enhance the cooperative sector in Nigeria.
If there's a platform where we can help work with the ministry to digitize end-to-end, and as each cooperative is being digitized, they're onboarded on CoopHub and it can be managed. So from the center, the ministry can have a sense of who are the cooperatives, who are the ones doing well, who are the ones that have registered. If perchance they were also allowed to integrate with Corporate Affairs Commission, it can also be integrated. Those that have not registered, we can even help you register. And end-to-end, there's a dashboard.
The fact that we're interested in having a cooperative bank. And the cooperators themselves have expressed that desire in the course of our working. When we went to Ibadan, one of the old cooperators told us there used to be a cooperative bank. Immediately we went and started collecting capitalist money. That is when the cooperative bank died. So this time around, the cooperators are saying we don't want anybody's kobo. It's our money we want to put in, so that the bank will be owned by cooperative society, run and managed by cooperative societies, and owned by cooperative societies. They will definitely meet the compliance in terms of the BOFIA and other things, but definitely this is our thinking.
The Institute of Cooperative Professionals also during the period recommended uniform accounting system for all cooperative societies in the country.
The major and the immediate assistance we are seeking from the ministry, one, is about the bill of the institute. The institute bill is currently on the last and very important stage of passage as the act of the National Assembly. This is after it has gone through the order of elaborate processes at the House of Representatives. The bill has since early 2024 been with the Senate for its concurrence. It has not been possible to take the bill as well as some other private bills because the Senate had been under pressure to handle many very important government bills needing urgent attention. We understand the pressure is less now, and we are appealing to the ministry to intervene and facilitate the taking of the bill, which is still lying with the Senate.
The Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, assured the Institute of his support and also the government enablement of the Institute and the cooperative society.
I want to give you my total support, and I want to assure you that what I want done is that within the context of the policy, because we're also looking at the policy. So when we come to look at the policy, we have to, as a government, recognize ICOPRON as a government-enabled but independently driven cooperative society or cooperative body. Because the issue is that government enablement is not government interference. If anything, government is supposed to just enable you, ensure that you are able to exist, but at the same time, you are also to do the right thing.
Those were some of the activities of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security during the second quarter of 2025. These efforts are targeted towards improved livelihoods for farmers, greater results in the food security goals of the nation, and the entrenchment of a more efficient agricultural sector. Join us again, same time, same station next week for another interesting package. I am Gabriel Ojile, urging you to make this program, Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria, your #1 television program this year, because it holds a lot of information and updates for you. Once again, Happy New Year and bye for now.